No, it'll be all right.
Hold it. Where are you going?
Well, we're trying to get inside.
No chance. There's a big celebrity do. I'm on the door. You don't get in.
Well, we've got some friends inside. There's all sorts of friends. Steve Ovitz inside.
Steve Ovitz, hold it, son. Steve Ovitz. So he's in there. Sebastian Coe. And the last time they ran together, Sebastian got him arrested for loitering.
Well, it just seems a shame with the television cameras here.
Television cameras? Oh, yes, aye. Fellow walks into the goods, says, how much are your eggs? He said, £1.40 a dozen. How much are your cracked ones? Says, 50 pence. He said, crackers for a dozen. That's it.
Hello, good evening. Tonight the Stayback is at the Dog, a quaint little tavern. The landlord's invited just a few of his very, very close personal friends to stay back after hours with him for a late tipple. He's got about 3,500, I think, in this bar alone so far. And tonight he's going to be entertained by a wandering band of underwater chicken sexers, rissole tamers and blancmange jugglers for the next 43 minutes and about 12 seconds of his life.
I met her on a Sunday and my heart stood still.
Run! Oh, run!
Do!
Run! Run! What do you do for a living, then?
Pardon? Oh, I'm an actor.
Oh, are you in anything at the moment?
Well, actually, blimey, I'm in the next sketch. Excuse me.
Good evening.
Good evening. Is this the patent office?
Yes.
I'd like to patent a tablet I've invented.
A tablet?
Yes, it's an invisible tablet. Just one tablet can make any living creature become completely invisible for 5 hours.
Well, could I see some?
Well, you see, I only made 6, and I've used those with my experiments, but I'll be making some more.
Well, I don't really see how I can help you patent tablets that you haven't got.
Well, you see, I've got proof. There.
What's that?
That's Tiddles, my pet cat. I gave him a tablet with his milk this morning. Oh, and this? That's Peekaboo, my Pekingese. I'll put him over here if you don't mind. Excuse me, could you just hold that for me? Don't drop him.
Why do you have to take him over there? Couldn't you leave him down here?
Well, I have to put them over there, see, because I fight like cat and dog. That's just my little joke. Yes. Well, you stay there. That's a good... He's ever such a good... Now look what he's invisibly piddled down my leg.
This is ridiculous. How on earth can I possibly know you've made these animals disappear? I've seen nothing.
Oh, well, look what I've got here. There.
What's that?
Oh, that's Bluey having a swing. He likes his swing, don't you, Bluey?
This is ridiculous. You made it.
Don't touch that! What? Don't you dare! For goodness sake! For goodness sake!
Sorry.
If you'd have opened that, Bluey would have got out. You would have taken us hours to find him. There, now, really, you don't understand, do you? I've got no time for people like you. You could have let Bluey out for hours, couldn't you? Now look what's happened. What? Dolly slipped. Dolly, where are you, Dolly? There. Oh. Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? Well, what do you think of that?
Well, it's very difficult to come to an immediate conclusion, really. I mean, have you any results with humans?
Oh, yes. I gave some tablets to the people that work at the big house, you know, on the hill where I live.
You're a nutter. You're from an asylum. You've escaped.
That doesn't mean to say that I can't make invisible tablets, does it? The trouble with you don't understand it, eh? They've come to take me away. Will you stop it? Will you stop? Let me go. Let me go. I can make money. I can
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the British entry into the Eurovision gurning competition. I went along to Cumbria where all the gurners be, trying to learn in gurning with my gurner. Climbed the big high mountain on a wild and windy day, and I met a fair young gurning girl in a gurn chalet. She's learning me gurning,
Come on, sir, mind your back.
Yes! Out of the way, you filthy, bloodthirsty moron!
Make way, please.
Come to see another poor wretch put away for a crime he didn't commit? Well, let me tell you that Silly Stamper wasn't raped. She asked for it. I'm telling you, she asked for it. Oh, yes, just like all the others, leading men on, and then when they got what they wanted, screaming rape!
Yes,
rape!
come
rape!
on. Come on.
And another thing, if Silly Stamper thinks she can sway the jury by fluttering those false eyelashes at them, with those firm, ripe young buttocks and those tight little breasts, she's got another thing coming! Oh, yes! Underneath that sweet touch-me-not look lies a wild, lusting, raving nymphomaniac who just can't get enough of it! I'll tell him!
I don't fancy her chances much. Not with him as the judge.
And the Argentinians have declared war in Ireland. They've just taken the key off the top of the corned beef tin. And there's a new casino open in Johannesburg, and they say the dominoes there are covered in spots, and the spots are real diamonds. And there was an Irishman playing there one night, and he stole a double blank. Two Irishmen building a chimney 600 foot high, and they're putting on the last brick. Flanagan said, yeah, Mick, we made an awful blunder. We've read the plans upside down. This should have been a well.
She's learning me gonna She's learning me
I said to this girl, I said, I could live in your eyes. She said, you probably could, there's a sty in one of them.
Excuse me, gents, cockles? Mussels? Oysters? Winkle? Sorry, sir, I can't help notice. Every time I say cockles, mussel, oyster, winkle, lobster, he does that.
Shell shock.
It's big and veiny, it gives shelter when it's rainy. That thing, it just grows and grows. See nothing quite like it, I get so excited when I see Carl Malden's nose. He's so brave though in the streets of San Francisco. He's a cop with the nose for clues. The nose is unreal, like an overweight bull seal. It's like having St. Paul's Cathedral hanging off your face. I don't mind it, you could hide a bungalow behind it. It could make a row of buses disappear without trace. It's big and veiny, it gives shelter when it's rainy. That thing, it just grows and it grows. Seen nothing quite like it, I get so excited when I see Carl Malden's nose.
Oh, it's a belter.
When I see Carl Malden's nose.
It's solid crystal.
When I see Carl Malden's nose.
I spoke to the gaffer before. I got it right. I spoke to the gaffer before here. I said, how many barrels are we at? I said to the gaffer here before, the manager, I said, how many barrels of beer do you sell here a week? He said, 23. I said, I can tell you how to sell 30. He said, how? I said, fill the glasses up.
Anything the matter, darling?
No?
Good. What's the matter?
Nothing?
Oh, yes, there is. Come on, what's wrong?
I've told you nothing.
There's something.
There will be if you don't stop saying there's something.
All right. I'm sorry.
Men!
All right, spit it out. What's bugging you?
I've told you there's nothing wrong. I just spent the last 2 hours sobbing my heart out, that's all.
Oh, so there is something wrong?
Well, if you don't know, I don't see why I should tell you.
And know what, for God's sake?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, of course it bloody matters. What the hell's wrong with you?
All right, if you must know, as if you don't remember. I only woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, went into the bathroom and tripped over you screwing the au pair girl on the landing.
Oh, my God! You're not still going on about that, are you?
Fella caught a bloke in bed with his wife and he pulled out his shotgun. He said, I'm going to blow your knackers off. He says, oh, give me a chance. He said, OK, swing them.
Because of all the criticism of successive football managers in recent years, the FA have now decreed that all future England internationals must be played in total secrecy. Probably a lot of you don't even realise that England were playing at Wembley this afternoon. The police had cordoned off North London, and no press or members of the public were allowed anywhere near the ground. But we did get a tip-off in the early hours of this morning, and we managed to get in there with our cameras and record this exclusive interview just after the match. Well, Bobby, you must be fairly disappointed with this performance.
Well, obviously we're disappointed, yes, David. I don't think the lads really played to their fullest potential. I was particularly disappointed that the lads didn't take full advantage of the fact that the opposition didn't turn up until 15 minutes into the first half. But, you know, when they did, we're only 4 down, so in fairness to the lads, I think we contained them well, yes.
Do you think there were any encouraging signs?
Yes, David, yes, I think so. A lot of moves we've been practicing during the 6-month run-up to this one came off extremely well, particularly the kick and the pass. And I thought our running out onto the pitch at the start of the match was really world-class, world-class.
What about the opposition?
Oh, well, they're a good team, David, let's not forget that, and they played above themselves, of course.
Yes, but are the Christmas Islands a really world-class side? After all, there are only 7 men on the island.
Well, yes, there are only 7 men on the island, David, but I thought that teenage girl on the left wing was absolutely tremendous, not to mention the rabbit.
Yes, but of course you were beaten 27-0.
Yes, but that result was very much against the run of play, David. I was very dubious about that 15th goal. Had that decision gone the other way, I think the game would have been thrown wide open, wide open. The score is never everything, David. I think we can claim a moral victory, and I think a victory in every sense of the word victory. Except perhaps the definition of the word victory you might possibly find in a dictionary.
Well, one final question, Bobby. I think a lot of people were very surprised by your decision to play Kevin, particularly considering the fact that he was killed in a car crash last Tuesday.
Well, I felt that for such an important game, it wasn't really time to experiment, David. I mean, I think Kevin had been playing well up until his death, and I think it was a risk we had to take under the circumstances, yes.
Well, Bobby, thanks very much for talking to us, and I'm sure we all wish Bobby the very best of luck for the rest of this season and the build-up to those World Cup finals in 1986.
When you're a star, it's very difficult to introduce people who are below your level. We only do this because, of course, I'm cheaper than any other compere you've got. And I'd like to introduce one of the greatest groups of all time. They are Carling's Black Label. Oh, yeah, here they are. Thin Lizzy.
That was fine. Really, I don't think you should worry about it. I mean, it's good that you can talk about your problem. A lot of men wouldn't be able to. And I'm certainly glad that I was able to do something about it. But seriously, I don't think you should worry. I mean, you're not really impotent at all.
Works every time.
Marvellous atmosphere here at the Don tonight. Bloke over here just said to me, I'm going to go out tonight and get really B-Day hugging drunk.
What's going on? What the bleeding hell is going on?
Well,
what's happening? The world's gone mad! Well, don't talk to me about sausage rolls!
Well, I never meant
Don't talk to me about sausage rolls! She's on a course, right? Cooking for beginners. What did he teach you to cook? Sausage rolls! I come in for me tea. What's waiting for me? A chicken casserole? Beef in white wine? Sausage bleeding rolls! All week long I've had it. Why don't you cut the lawn? I'll tell you why I don't cut the lawn. It grows again. What is the bleeding point?
He cuts his neck. I know he cuts his next door. I know he cuts his... He's a brat. he gets manure. He's obsessed with manure. He buys it. He buys it by the lorry. By the lorry, look. Who in their right mind buys a truck full of crap? I go there and he's spreading it on his garden. I said to him, Peter, why do you keep spreading that on your garden? He said it makes things grow. I said it makes things bleeding stink. It's like living next door to a sewer. It's got roses, rhododendrons, peonies. All you can smell is crap. Say it with flowers, I'll say it with flowers. I'll say it with flowers. I'll fart in a milk bottle and send him back. Come on over a weekend, he says, we're having a barbecue in the garden. Far out, I'll be there. That is my idea of fun, that is. Stood up to me neck in crap, eating a jacket potato and a bleeding sausage roll. What is going on? The world's gone bad!
That Channel 4 is disgusting, you know, Mavis. It's no wonder that Mary Whitehouse is up in arms about it. All that casual sex on Brookside.
So what? My husband believes in having casual sex.
He doesn't.
Yes. Sometimes he's that casual, you don't realise he's doing it.
The Dog, of course, in the Midlands, a very well-known pub for picking up girls. What they don't tell you is how bloody heavy they are. Here's this week's soap opera.
And now, an economy version of Dallas, where braless bosoms heave, plots creak, and jockeying is beginning to smell. Now listen, Bobby. If you don't let me run Ewing Oil exactly the way I want, I'm going to take your discharge into my own hands. I'm not going to let you do that, J.R. Ah! Help, Miss Sue Ellen. I've been written out. You got what you deserve, J.R. Now I'm free, and I'm gonna find myself a good optician. Pamela! I'm gonna have your baby, Sue Ellen. J.R., you're back! What's wrong with it? Oh, I see. Now listen, things is gonna be mighty deep around here. What do you say, J.R.? I said that... Oh, never mind. Miss Ellie! Oh, why are there so many speech impediments in this family? If only Jock were here. Who dug him up? Who dug him up? It was you, wasn't it, Lucy, you venomous little dwarf? Don't anyone come near me or they're gonna feel the rough side of my tongue. Lucy, all the men in Dallas have. It's the only advantage of being a dwarf. At least I don't have hoof marks on the back of my neck. Please, 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 stop bickering. I've got next week's script. I've got to go into hospital to have an hysterical rectum. And then I'm going to have both legs amputated. Then you'll just have to bum around like the rest of us, I guess. Someone's planted a bomb in my cleavage. Don't worry, no one will ever find it. Least of all, Bobby. You leave Bobby out of this. He's just been arrested for entering a horse at the rodeo. Will Pamela find the bomb nestling between her bazookas? Is it atomic? If it explodes, how many will die under the massive fallout? Will Lucy have a happy youth, or even one or two miserable ones? Will Sue Ellen indulge in rash talk, or Millie talk about her rash? Find out all this and much, much less in next week's debilitating diuretic dose of Dallas!
I was on the plane going to Australia, and there was an old priest beside me. He says to me, "Are you nervous in an aircraft?" I said, "Very nervous, Reverend Father." He says, "Have a nice glass of wine." I said, "That's very strong wine." And he said, "The Pope drinks that." I said, "No wonder they carry him about in a chair." Well, they're very friendly, these Australians. This is because he says to me, "How'd you like to go to a midnight barbecue on Bondi Beach?" I said, "Well, that's very kind of. What do we do?" So you got there about 12 o'clock, bit of kissing and cuddling, have a nude swim, grill the steaks, make love in the bushes for... I said, "I'm all for that." I said, "Who's going?" He said, "Just you and me."
It ain't easy for bringing us down, especially for a man that's fully grown. It's hard for bringing us down. You got to work your fingers to the bone. You gotta sweep good, you gotta shed tears, and you got to bring a single out every 6 years. It's hard for bringing us down, so hard. It ain't easy for bringing us down. Your solicitor is always on the phone. It's a drag for bringing us down. You got to leave a party on your own, 'cause if you leave with a chick, you'll wind up in a mess, fighting with photographers and wrestling with the press. It's hard for bringing us down, so hard. Yeah, too much dope, not enough soap. When you're the prince of pop, you really need a drop. Life is just a joke, you're smoking, taking coke, but you're riding high at the top. Ooh, it's crazy for bringing us down. I think I might as well have been a clown. It's a bad, bad trip bringing us down. It won't be long before my mind is blown. The battle has come, I'm sitting on the throne. I know I'm astounded and I'm sinking like one. It's hard for bringing us down, so hard for bringing us down. So all you people that have been loyal fans all these years, that I really love you, come here, I'd like to show my appreciation.
I love you. Yes, sir.
I'd like to put an advert in the personal column, please.
What's the message, sir?
Gigi. I-L-Y-A. A-I-A-W. Full stop. I-P-C-P-Q. Comma. I-M-Y. U-P-T-P. Full stop. Y, K, and L, B, B.
That's it.
T, Y, T, A. Oh, sorry, that's it, thank you.
TTP. That's £12.
Oh, yes, you're just doing the same as me. Thank you. 5, 10. 50.
I'll just get you some change.
Thank you very much.
Yes?
Can I put a personal message in the paper, please?
Of course.
It's BB. INWTLY. Stop. IMYL. Stop. CIXYX. Stop. LOL. GG.
Gigi.
BB.
Oh, Gigi. I-L-Y.
Oh,
Phoebe. I-N-L-Y-A-A-L-A-I-L.
Oh. I-M-Y.
Oh, I-L-Y-A-I-N-Y.
L-G-H. P.
Why?
M. Y. B. I-F-O.
This is Julie Robinson of Chepstow. She uses new baby face soap. How old do you think Julie is? We said 22, 23, but no. Julie's got 2 daughters, Mary, age 2, and Tracy, 4, from her first marriage, and 6-month-old twins from her second. So how come Julie's skin is so young-looking? Julie?
Simple. I'm only 17. Oops.
Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down.
So what exactly made you decide to become a snig boy?
Well, like, all me mates, you know, up round where I live, right, and all me mates up at work, and all me mates down at the SDP office, they was all snigs, right? So, yeah, I'll become a snig boy, you know. But not just because they was, it was like personal choice, you know.
A choice not to get beaten up?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the gang war last weekend?
Oh, right, yeah. Well, me and a couple of thousand other snigs was down Scarborough, right? You know, sort of just minding our own business, like, taking the back off the town hall, when suddenly this throd-head and a gang of spleenos come up and start disemboweling my best mate.
Now, throd-heads are the snig boys' deadly enemies?
Oh, no, throd-heads are our mates. Turdies are our deadly enemies.
Turdies are the ones who put Brill cream on their pubic hair.
No! That's dickabillies. Turdies are the ones who listen on Motorhead and cut their toenails with a chainsaw. So anyway...
Turdies and gobbos.
Gobbos? Bleeding hell, gobbos died out yonks ago. They become spooner boys.
Spooner boys? So what exactly did they do?
They throw turdies at throd-heads. So anyway, me and me mate sort of starting with a Moulinex carving knives, right, when suddenly this copper comes up to me and says, "Here, what are you doing in this neighbourhood, you thick-skulled moron?" So I goes to him, "Here, who are you calling a neighbourhood?" And he says to me, "Don't want any more of your lips, snig boy," and he nicks me.
I think it's fair to say that the snig boys are probably one of the most controversial of the current youth cults. For example, it's part of your creed to shave your brain twice every day.
Yeah.
And to become a fully fledged snig boy, you have to stick a live robin up one nostril.
Well, it's live to begin with, yeah.
And the real hard case snig boys get together every Sunday morning to sniff the colour supplements and then dunk both elbows in a boiling hot pan of chip fat.
Yeah.
Why?
I love this video, son. The Earl was lying on his deathbed. He said, "And to you, Miss Fortescue, I leave Hansworth Hall. There's 55 bedrooms, to be £1,000 in each bedroom. Thank you, my lord. And to you, Mr. O'Halloran, I leave Ulwig Hall. There's 57 bedrooms, to be £1,000 each bedroom. Thank you, my lord. Where's Flanagan, the gardener?" "There, sir." "Say, you crackpot. You poured whiskey over the lawn and told me the grass would come up half cut. You said you're getting sod all." He said, "Thank you, sir. How many bedrooms will that have?"
And that's mercifully just about your lot for tonight. Don't forget that next week your programme's coming from the Cocktail Lounge of Her Majesty's Prison Wakefield. But for tonight, that's just about all that we've got.
Hey, that's not the last of it. This is my final appearance on television, Chris. Thank you very much for having me in so many programmes. And I am now taking a job as a shepherd at the bullring. Can you imagine? You got to take what you get.
We'll leave you tonight.
Try it, Callum. What a cracker.
We'll leave you tonight with good night.
Hortense isn't into reggae or heavy metal at all. She hasn't got pictures of the Boomtown Rats or Black Sabbath on her wall. Hortense does her own thing and she's only got one idol. She thinks the sun shines out of his biro. He drives her suicidal because, you see, Hortense loves Adolf Hitler. She hates the way Sting sings, and she wouldn't let Elvis Costello tickle her. There is only one she'd like. You could say she'd found her Mr. Right. Hortense loves Adolf Hitler. And she gazes at his photograph while lying on her bed, and fantasizes what she'd do if she had the real Adolf there instead. She'd check out his Luger and inspect his swastikas. He'd slip off his jackboots and she'd slip off her slippers. She thinks Adolf's gorgeous. She loves his eyes, and the way his head goes flat on the top, and the way his jodhpurs cling to his thighs. Some days when she's depressed, a full bottle of gin she'll sup. That's when she gets to thinking if she knew where he was, she'd dig him up. Hortense isn't into reggae or heavy metal at all. She hasn't got pictures of the Boomtown Rats or Black Sabbath on her wall. Hortense does her own thing, and she's only got one idol. She thinks the sun shines out of his biro. He drives her suicidal because, you see, Hortense loves Adolf Hitler.
This evening's programmes on Channel 4 to a close. Let's just take a look at the lineup for tomorrow evening. We open at 5 with our featured sport, left-handed crossbow grouse shooting. And that'll be followed at 6 by an introduction to Gaelic cooking for one-parent immigrant Tasmanian families. Then, following the news in Swahili, with subtitles in Sanskrit and medieval Braille, we present our popular soap opera, Kilimanjaro Side. And you'll be able to find out whether the Mubabwe family's pet locust really has broken his leg, and if Zimaro the medicine man is secretly an area organizer for Tupperware. Then at 9, we present a whole hour of music for octogenarian potholers. And that'll be followed at 10 by a repeat of Wednesday's documentary, One Man and His Tin of Yellow Paint. A study in depth of the life and philosophy of double yellow line painter Gordon Wallace. And to round off an exciting evening's viewing, we present the third showing this week of Alexandra Schlesnikov's film, Andrea, an 8-hour-long epic about the life of a small Polish snail during the 1917 uprising. Well, that's the exciting lineup for tomorrow. And all that remains is for me to say good night to our viewing public. So, good night, Geoffrey. Good night.
How do? On your way, good night.
There's an old Bill.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? They spend all evening filling our empty glasses, right? And encouraging us to have doubles rather than singles. Singles. And pints rather than arms. And then they get all shirty and throw us out for being pissed. It's like throwing you out of hospital for being ill.